Hey, it's Lee coming to you from the 25th International Congress of Entomology here in Orlando, Florida. It's my first time ever at any sort of Entomological Society of America meeting, and of course it's the biggest not only in the world but the history of the world. So it's been a fun time. I'm here to show you a little bit of the ins and outs of our meeting experience, and I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour through the convention center. What do you say? Let's go check it out. When I first walked through the doors here at the Orange County Convention Center for the 25th International Congress of Entomology, my first thought was I couldn't believe how big the building was. And then I thought to myself, my goodness, look at all of the people here. There were approximately 7,000 entomologists from all corners of the world, and each one of them seemed to have something fun to share about their research. From butterflies and bees to mosquitoes and grasshoppers, it seemed like every researcher and scientist here had something exciting to share about their studies. I must say that I felt like a little leaguer at a Major League Baseball tryout for the majority of the time here. But when I had a chance to make a documentary, I jumped at the opportunity because I thought I had a good perspective on what I could share. Some of the best things that we did here, other than networking and making friends with fellow students as well as researchers, was having the opportunity to experience some pretty cool symposia and events that the Entomological Society of America put on for us. One of the best things that I attended was the pinning challenge that was sponsored by the ESA, and I decided to take a closer look at it, and I wanted to share with you all how it went. All right, I'm just outside the Triplehorn pinning challenge at the moment. We're gonna go in, see if we can find anybody who wants to talk about the craft of pinning insects, and hopefully make a cool little documentary out of it. I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. Here we go. But make sure when you're done that your name is on your shoulder. Yeah. 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Our second competitor is done.
Oh, you're so close. You gotta come on, stand up.
Left and right up here.
Yeah.
The score sheets are going to stay in the. When you're done, the score sheets and insects are going to stay on the table.
Yeah. Go. For you. Release that for you.
Oh, if you're over to the side, that's fine. We're releasing you. I don't know. Okay. We are at 8 minutes now. 4 minutes left. Here with
Michael Gonzalez with the University of Florida.
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Michael, you're about to be in the second wave of the pinning challenge here.
I am.
What kind of experience do you have with pinning? What do you got going on?
Well, I've been an entomologist for a couple years.
All right.
I've been working in the Integrated Pest Management Lab for a couple years.
Excellent.
The only real pinning I've done is my own personal collection and collections for classes, right?
Sweet, yeah.
So not much experience, but,
Okay.
I got the drive.
I think you got, yeah, exactly. I think you got a little more experience than most other people. What's your favorite insect to pin?
Oh, my favorite insect, the leps. Is they beautiful?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw out there that if you do not spread a lep, it's automatically a 60-second penalty. Do you think you can? Are you pretty confident in your lep spreading ability? Get those wings out, feeling good?
I think so. I think
Okay.
as long as it's not too small, my finger's not too little. And it's hard for me.
Michael, it was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very
And
much,
hopefully
Lee.
we'll catch you after the competition.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Here with my main man, Gabe, is about to take on the pinning challenge. And Gabe, you want to tell me a little about yourself, where you're from, what you're studying?
I'm an undergrad at an entomology undergrad at the University of Florida.
Right.
I work in the lab Dr. Andrea Lucky. We're a mycology lab studying ants.
Yeah.
And I was here presenting a paper on Septobasidium, a insect-fungus interaction. And I mean, this has just been awesome.
This guy knows what he's talking about. This guy, this is big time. He's big time. So Gabe, you found out about the pinning challenge. You're pretty confident about your pinning abilities?
Oh my God! When I heard about this, I thought this sounds awesome. This is exactly what we need for like entomology students. Yeah.
This is when I read about it in the directory, I was like, dude, I gotta come check this out. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So, could you tell me a little bit about your pinning background? What kind of
where I started from and where I got to.
Yeah. How'd you get into like being a good pinner?
Well, actually, so I took principles of entomology and insect classification at my school. So both classes had very large insect collections involved.
Nice.
So I learned how to pin things, and honestly, I just love collecting, going out like gas stations at night and grabbing beetles and moths and stuff. So I was pinning things like every day.
That's dedication. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm great at it, but I definitely want to at least try.
The greatest are the most humble. This is how we start right here.
There's stiff competition here. A lot of great entomologists.
Wait, you gotta look around the room here. We got a lot of serious competition here. Gabe, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about your chances. Oh, this could be a nightmare.
One more spot. Going once. Going twice. All right. That's going to be it.
You're the man.
So we'll give our newest competitor time to make sure she has 18 insects.
All right, real quickly, any words of advice to me, or what are you feeling right now? Feeling pretty excited.
All right,
Second place isn't bad. You'll be
has
fine.
everyone checked to make sure they have 18 insects?
You heard the man. Here we go.
Thumbs up if you have. 3, 2, 1, go.
And it begins.
Videoing it.
I'm trying. I'm supposed to make a documentary.
You're losing
so
time.
That's all. That's all right. You know what? I'm just here for the experience.
All right.
This might be a nightmare.
All graduate students, professors, friends, comrades, mortal enemies.
I get more than one of these spread, I'll be stunned.
And when you're done, make sure you throw your hands up and shout "done" so that I can hear you if I'm not looking at you.
I need to cheat and look at a few people, see how this is going. Oh, this goes off to the right. Oh, this is not the correct. This is not the correct procedure.
If you have problems with it, try unplugging it and replugging it back in.
Did you reboot your?
Did you reboot?
Oh my gosh!
Just for frame of reference, I believe our first competitor finished at a time of
what is
6
going
minutes
on?
and 15 seconds.
6 minutes. Maybe 6 hours. You know why? I'm kind of excited about. Oh, okay. Now I just looked over at my competitor here. I just want to say I have one done. My competitor, she is in the zone. In the zone. I'm gonna keep on going here at mine. Oh, look at his moth. Look at him go. I think there's some artistry that comes with preparing a mustache as good as that, as well as making a moth look that good. Oh, now you see your moth. Look at the abdomen on your moth. Look at that, and then look
Mustaches and pinning are not for the faint of heart.
That's very true.
And with that, competitors, feel free to get up, and we will be
Another
bringing the
nightmare.
specimens shortly.
There's a difference between everybody else's plate and mine. Leftover bugs. Not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. All right, we're back with Gabe here. We just finished the first ever pinning contest held at the International Congress of Entomology. What do you think?
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
This was like exactly the competition I was kind of hoping for when we came to ice. I'm so happy that this happened.
If you had to sum up your performance in one word, what would you say?
Earnest, but
Ooh.
but not. Not entirely. because I know for most insects, immatures go in ethanol, but because an acridid is like a harder, it's what do you call it? Hemimetabolous.
Okay.
I didn't know if
It's got an exoskeleton,
Yeah.
like nearly fully developed, obviously. And
Exactly.
I would have thought just to pin that, but that would just been me.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not an expert like everybody else. This is,
well,
this
neither
is-
am I. But
That's great. Well, hey, it was an earnest effort, like you said.
Yeah.
Valiant try, and for the
Thank
first
you.
time ever, like you had the nerves up there, people watching, clapping. I mean, it was a fun experience.
It
was a
was
fun
super
atmosphere.
fun, absolutely.
I always like to say the fans make the experience for the players.
Definitely.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Gabe, my pleasure. Thanks for taking part in this.
No problem.
And we hope to see you around.
All right.
All right, so I'm Lee Noel back here with the first place and second place participants in the inaugural ICE Triplehorn Pinning Challenge. Do you both want to introduce yourself really quickly? We'll go.
All right. Hi,
First place
I'm
here.
Alice Fosbury. I got first place.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Ohio State.
The Ohio State or just Ohio State?
Andrew and I are not big on the whole V thing.
Yeah, we don't like the.
Are you both from Ohio State?
I was a former. I'm
Okay.
alumni,
Okay.
so.
Very cool. Okay, well, I'm a Hawkeye, so don't hold that against me too much.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm a big Iowa fan. All right, and so you said you're
Oh yes,
alumnus?
I'm Andrea Couts. I graduated from Ohio State last August, and now I work as a research entomologist at a nature reserve outside of Pittsburgh.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were both separated by 10 seconds, is what you mentioned to me before.
Well, our real time was separated by 40 seconds.
Yes.
When they took into account all of the penalties for, any mistakes you made while pinning, it ended up coming down to a 10-second or 10-point difference.
Gotcha.
So it came really close.
So
Yeah.
it was actually much closer than what met the eye during the competition.
Yes, definitely.
If you both had a big piece of advice for the pinners, because this came down to speed, but obviously it also came down to presentation, what was more of a factor for both of you?
It came down to speed for everyone, actually, really.
Yeah, and I think knowing where to put the pin, because I think a lot of people got points taken away for putting the pin in the wrong place. So that's just something easy to read up on before you do it.
Correct. And what was that pinning placement for those of you who may not know on this?
Right. Well, one thing that people commonly do, they'll put the pin through the prothorax of a beetle rather than the elytra. Yeah,
Correct.
it actually goes in the elytra.
In the right elytra.
The right elytra.
Right, Elijah, all the time, right, all the time, yep.
Yes.
And what
So-
about for lefts? That's right down the middle, right?
Yes.
But then you
and
gotta spread the wings.
And then you gotta
which
spread the
is
wings. Which
Nightmare.
is a challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just it takes the most time, but you have to do it, or there's even bigger infraction
Yeah.
for not spreading your lefts.
Correct.
A huge penalty.
So, okay, last but certainly not least, you both walk away with pretty cool prizes.
Yeah.
Gift certificates, right?
Yeah, to BioEquip, which we can use
Check
here at
those
the meeting.
out.
at
Yeah.
the booth.
Those are
So we should say thanks to BioEquip. They've been a supporter of this challenge
They've been
since
donating
it
the
started
prizes.
at NCB 2 years ago.
very cool. And this is the first ever pinning challenge at the international.
Yeah.
Or even
Convention?
national.
Or
too.
yeah, or
Oh, even
even
national.
This was a
ESA national.
regional
Yeah.
event
Okay.
before
Oh.
it was. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Any ideas what you think you'll be spending it on?
Oh man, that's a good
I don't
question.
know. I'm really tempted to buy an insect, but I'm nervous about taking it home on the plane.
Very true. You have some that you're bringing home right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. With these, if they get thrown out, whatever.
They're just bugs. Don't worry about
But
it.
but if it's a live
Right, something
insect,
really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and a lot of times, when somebody gets a gift certificate or they win the championship, they say, "We're going to Disney World," but we're already,
We're already there.
Yeah.
So we can spend our money.
We did
on a
think
lot
about
better
this
things.
sort of paying, like reimbursing the money that we're going to spend going to Harry Potter World tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we can just
Harry
figure it out.
Potter World, of course, that's great.
Yeah, of course we're doing that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks to BioEquip, like you both said.
Yeah.
Thanks to ESA and ICE for putting all this together.
Definitely.
This is the leftover remains
After all the fun.
after all of the fun. This is what happens to bugs when, they did a great job, performed valiantly at the pinning competition, but now we've got Bugman here, and he's taking care of business. Somebody's got to do the dirt work.
That's me.
That's you. Somebody's got to do it. We're just getting a behind-the-scenes look at the end of the inaugural international pinning competition.
Oh yeah, the Triplehorn
Look at-
International Pinning Competition.
Absolutely.
Damn it.
He's just cleaning off pins.
Yeah, thanks for participating.
Look at that. They're done. They're done.
I mean,